I'm under a 1915 craftsman house. This is the side wall, so we've got joists running this way that are bearing on this cripple wall. And it was really pretty common if you had an extension where the floor extended out over the wall, so you have a bay window or something. They did not block in between the joists, and you can see there that goes out a couple of feet to where there's an extension from the floor out about 2 feet. And so the original joist bays that we're looking at would typically not be blocked. So you want to have blocks between the joists to transfer loads from the floor diaphragm up above, which we're looking at here. You want to transfer that into the plywood shear wall. So this is what's called a lock block. And that's made up of 2 separate pieces of plywood that are installed separately. So the first piece, you need 3 hands for the lights. The first piece is installed underneath, so that right there is the first piece that they installed. And then they glued a second piece on top of that. And the reason that you want to install 2 pieces instead of 1 is because you don't have to fit them in place carefully that way. So you notice that the second piece here, there's a gap about 1/2 inch between the top layer of plywood and the joist on the right side, whereas the left side is tight up against the joist. And so essentially you're building a block in 2 pieces that when glued together, those 2 pieces of plywood will fit tightly between the joists. And that's much easier than trying to cut and fit something that will fit snugly between the joists in one piece. So there you can see the initial layers below that then had glue placed on top of them, and the second piece of plywood was glued on top of the first, and then those were nailed into the top plate of the cripple wall through the shear panel.